So what are you going to tune the bass? First off, we can't play a song correctly unless we're in tune. Tuners can shift out of place. The wood of our instrument can be affected by temperature and humidity changes. Bottom line is, your tuning has to be checked often. The bass has 4 strings, number 1 through 4. Here's string number 1, string number 2, string number 3, and string number 4. Each string is attached to a tuning peg. To find out which string is attached to which peg, follow the string along to the headstock and see where it ends. Many bass guitars have all the tuning pegs on the same side. Let's talk about strings and pitch. The thicker the string, the lower the pitch. The thinner the string, the higher the pitch. Each string needs to be tuned to a certain note, and each note has a name. The first string is G. The second string is tuned to the note D. Third string is A. And the fourth string is E. Remember the phrase, "get dizzy at Easter," to help you memorize the order. Now let's tune. We'll use the Fender Tune app, and first we'll check the E string. You can change the pitch of a string by turning the tuning peg. To raise the pitch, turn the tuning peg away from you. This will tighten the string. To lower the pitch, turn the peg towards you. This will loosen the string. It's a good idea to let your note ring out and let it sustain as you make your tuning adjustment. We need that tuner to pick up the frequency of the string so you can tune properly. Also, make sure you double check yourself by using your ear. Make sure you're really listening to the note. Make sure you're moving in the right direction. And one more thing, tuning up to the note will help you stay in tune better. So if your note is too high, you need to go below pitch on purpose and then tune back up to the note. So now let's move on to the A string. Looks like it's a little low, so I need to raise the pitch, turn it away from me. All set. Onto the D string now. This time I'm a little too high, so I'm going to intentionally go below pitch and then tune up to the note so it'll stay in tune better. There we go. And last, we have the G string. Looks like we're a little low. This is just one way to help you get started with tuning your bass. Some other ways to tune include using Fender Online, a Fender clip-on tuner, or some bass guitars even feature a built-in tuner. As you progress, you'll even be able to tune by ear.
Now with Fender, if you play 3 days in a week, they tell you that you're on a streak. Now this is my first time practicing this week. I usually just practice the bass on using Musician. Today is Thursday, August 27th when I filmed this. So it's the first time I've played this week on bass. So it says, you're on a streak, practice 2 more days before midnight Sunday to hit your streak. So that's what this little pop-up means. Now, my understanding that if you can enter contests, if you're one of the people that has hit their streak, they draw your name in some kind of contest. At least that's what my understanding is. I haven't looked into going to the Facebook for Fender Play Live. They have a Facebook group in which that's where you can get more instruction, and apparently that's where they also do live events like contests. And as I said, you have to be on your streak. You have to play at least 3 times a week to be considered that you're on a streak. And here's a little clincher. You don't really have to play. As you can see, I just started sitting here. I haven't even played. I was just watching a video. So you don't even have to really play anything. Just watch a video, and it's considered that you practice. Musician, the other app that I use, actually records your progress as you do the songs and scores you. Fender Play does not. Anyways, in regards to tuning the bass, when I tune the bass, I use Musician and Fender Plays app together. I also have a clip-on app, but I'm only like to use it when I'm out practicing with friends. I don't want to. I'm trying to conserve the battery, so I don't want to use a clip-on bass all the time or a clip-on tuner all the time. But let's see. So I'm going to switch over to Musician. Oh, actually, let's got it. Get rid of that, and let's go switch over to Musician and go to their tuner. I use a pick when I tune. Now, I already tuned up the bass. According to this, I could probably do more or go up a little higher. Yeah, watch it. It's a little touchy. Okay. A. D. Maybe increase a little bit. That's me using a pick. Now I'm going to use my finger to tune.
Let's talk about the amplifier. We're going to cover why we use it and how to plug in gear. And we're also going to talk about effects and what all those different knobs can do. When playing the electric bass, the amp is just as important to the sound as your instrument. You probably noticed that you can't hear the bass too well without an amp. And besides just increasing the volume, your amp is also capable of creating many sounds and tones. We need an instrument cable to plug in our bass to the amplifier. You take one end of the cable, plug it into your bass input, then take the other end of the cable and plug it into your amp input. Make sure the volume knob on your bass is turned up and that the volume knob on your amplifier is turned down. Then you switch on the amp and gradually increase the volume knob on your amp until you get sound. One of the most fun things about the electric bass is the variety of sounds that you can create. Many people use effects pedals, but there are a lot of amps that come with built-in effects, such as reverb, distortion, and delay. They're available at the touch of a button or the turn of a knob. For example, here's a clean tone, and here's what our bass sounds like with some distortion. To fine-tune your basic clean tone, take a look at the tone knob. It adjusts the EQ. A sweep to the left produces a warmer tone, and to the right gives you a brighter sound. Now, many amps actually have multiple knobs for the EQ adjustment, for low, mid-range, and high-end. Don't be afraid to adjust the knobs and see what kind of sounds you could come up with. Right now, I have the tone knobs all set at 12 o'clock. Here's what it sounds like with the treble and bass knobs cranked. Now I'm going to back off on the bass and treble and crank up the mids. Understanding how to use your amp is important to developing your sound. Plug in and play often. Let's get more familiar with your bass strings while developing your rhythm hand technique. We have strings number 1 through 4, letter names G, D, A, E. So first string G, second string D, third string A, fourth string E. You can use the phrase "get dizzy" at Easter if it helps you recall the order of the strings. For this exercise, we're only playing open strings, which means we don't have to worry about fretting any of the notes. We're also going to be using our index finger for plucking the strings. We're going to say each string 4 times in descending order, starting from the first string G. It'll sound like this. G, 2, 3, 4, and D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, and E, 2, 3, 4. Now let's try that in ascending order. So we're starting from the 4th string E. Sounds like this. E, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. And G, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to run through the drill in descending and ascending order 5 times in a row, except we'll only play each note twice. We'll start on the first string G. I'll count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, D, A, E. E, A, D, G, and repeat. D, A, E, E, D, G, fourth time through, A, E, A, D, G, one more time, D, A, E, E, A, D, G. Playing each string will help you get more comfortable with your bass. Keep at it, and I'll see you later.
I screwed that up. I got my strings mixed up, so we're going to watch it again.
Let's get more familiar with your bass strings while developing your rhythm hand technique. We have strings number 1 through 4, letter names G, D, A, E. So first string G, second string D, third string A, fourth string E. You can use the phrase "get dizzy at Easter" if it helps you recall the order of the strings. For this exercise, we're only playing open strings, which means we don't have to worry about fretting any of the notes. We're also going to be using our index finger for plucking the strings. We're going to say and play each string 4 times in descending order, starting from the first string G, and it'll sound like this. G, 2, 3, 4, and D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, and E, 2, 3, 4. Now let's try that in ascending order. So we're starting from the 4th string E. It sounds like this. E, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, and G, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to run through the drill in descending and ascending order 5 times in a row, except we'll only play each note twice. We'll start on the first string G. I'll count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, D, A, E, E, A, D, G, and repeat. D, A, E, E, A, D, G, G, D, A, E, E, A, D, G. This is the 4th time through. A, E, E, A, D, G. One more time. D, A, E, E, A, D, G. Playing each string will help you get more comfortable with your bass. Keep at it, and I'll see you later.
In this lesson, we'll learn basic rhythm technique. We'll cover posture, how to correctly pluck strings, and how to get the best tone from your fingers. Good posture is key to playing your bass well and avoiding injury in the long run. To hold your bass correctly in a seated position, you want to sit at the edge of your chair, which is right where I am on this couch. I'm not leaning all the way back, so I got a long way to go to get back there. You want to have both feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, and yes, they do look like they're off to the side, but I actually do have them hip width apart. I'm facing this way. You want to, of course, sit up straight, no slouching. You don't want to be down kind of like slouched over your bass, resting on it. No, it's not for resting on. You want to sit up straight, nice and confident. You want to rest the bass tight against your gut. Like, you don't want it sliding along your leg that it's sitting on, but you want it right up against. You want to drape your arm over the body towards the back, the lower part. You don't want to drape it up here. You want it over here, just shoulders nice and relaxed. So don't bend your wrist too much. You might need to do it a little bit, but you want more of a direct forearm angling. Because if you bend your wrist too much, it can cause unnecessary pain, and that can lead to injury in the long run. Let's get into rhythm hand placement and how to pluck the strings. For starters, most bassists play by alternating their index and middle fingers. I'm going to show you that on my open E string, and I'm just going to do some quarter notes. Here we go. Index, middle, index, middle. 1, 2, 3. So you can rest your thumb on a pickup. On the P bass here that I'm playing, we only have one pickup to use, but other basses might have a bridge pickup. It'll be sort of down this way, and also a neck pickup. You can use whichever one feels most comfortable to rest on. Something else that you can do is rest on the edge of the pick guard, because it does raise up a little bit. Or you can also float, which is what I like to do, and not have your thumb on anything. And as you go along playing higher strings, if it's not floaty, you can actually rest on the string below. So here I'm resting on my thumb on the E, and then here I'm resting my thumb on the A string to play D, and then resting my thumb on the D string to play G. Let's take a closer look at my rhythm hand. So again, we can rest right here on the pickup. We can rest the thumb here on the edge of the pick guard. We can float it just like this. And then when playing strings that are higher than the E string, we can rest on the E string to play A, rest on the A string to play D, and rest on the D string to play G. Let's practice alternating our index and middle fingers on the open E string. We'll start with the index finger, and I'll count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Index, middle, index, middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Index, middle, index, middle. As you're playing this, be sure to stay relaxed. If you tense up, your elbow can tend to come up. So I'm kind of tensing. It's kind of tough to see. I'm tensing up my forearm, and there goes my elbow. It's just coming up a little bit. And now my arm's kind of up over the bass and just, doesn't feel too good. And it's all kind of throwing me off. It's making me speed up a bit. So let's just relax. Let the arm kind of rest on the body of the bass, just like that. Now we can start playing. So much better. To play efficiently, we want to keep our finger movement to a minimum. If we're doing too much, if there's too much finger movement, there's almost hand movement. It's just, there's no need for that. It's too far away. We want to stay as nearby that string as possible because that's all we need to worry about. We're just plucking the string. We're not doing anything else. Works way better if it's just the fingers moving just a little bit. Let's talk about how to get a good tone with your rhythm hand. When we do fingerstyle playing, we don't hit the strings, but rather roll across them. So starting on the E string, we would roll our finger on the E string and then into the thumb that's resting on the pickup, pick guard, floating, whatever you're doing. Check it out. Just rolling it over. That's all. But if you don't want to be other strings, roll your fingers across the string and follow through to the next string so that you can mute it. I'm going to show you on the A string. Right? So following through here, rolling off the A, but I'm following through into the E, so there's no way that the low E string is ringing. Same thing on D. Just rolling off D, right into the A string. The way it's going to move. Now you want to use the pad of your finger to contact the string, just like this. It's that part. It's not the tip, it's not the nail. Here's what happens if you plug with your nail. It doesn't make a good sound at all. your finger either. It's a much thinner sound. See, it's just, there's not as much there. And you also don't want to pull up on the string or snap it either, just like that. Doesn't sound very good. For those of us who like to have long nails, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but you gotta cut your nails. You gotta keep them short so that they don't come in the way of your playing. Having long nails can produce an unwanted clicking sound when your fingers contact the strings. Make sure to apply enough pressure to get a solid tone. Let's check that out on the E string. So we're gonna alternate the index and middle finger. So here, too soft, right? We don't have a whole lot going on there. There's not too much meat in that. And then too hard, ugh, it's really harsh. That's not a good sound either. But then just right. Ah, yes, that's what we're looking for. Now let's take a look at that a little closer, moving across the strings. So again, too soft, not a lot of meat there. And then too hard, too harsh, right? Ugh. And then just right. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Just enough pressure. A solid plucking technique is the key to playing cleanly, efficiently, and with good tone. Enjoy the sounds of your improving tone, and we'll see you next time.